Good morning, one and all present here. Shri Anurag Tripathi ji, His Excellency from Mongolia, Shri Nipun ji, Ms. Radhika ji, Dr. Bharti Sharma ma'am, Ms. Bali ma'am, and all the promoters of various GD Goenka schools from different cities and the principals. I'll be sharing not my success journey, but rather I'll be sharing my journey, because success has no parameter. It's up to you that where you want to take it up, and I enjoy my journey, and all of us should enjoy the journey rather than success. I come from my native place is a small town closer to Dulwa National Park. It's on the Nepal border. I went to Lucknow for my pre-engineering preparation for the entrance examination, and somehow I landed up doing business, because due to some business compulsion there was terrorism in the Tarai region, which was related something to do with Khalistan. So we never knew when do we migrate from that place and we have to run away from that location and we go to another city. So I got the business opportunity and I started business at the age of 18. So I am sharing my journey of 29 years of my entrepreneurial journey. I'll be sharing some of my struggle, the challenges that I faced while I was opening the school. So after I started my business, I don't know when did I leave my studies. I attended my undergrad, my postgraduate graduation, just to take the degree so that people don't consider me that I am not educated. Although I learned nothing from the colleges that I went to gather my degrees. During this 29 years, after a few years I got married and I got my daughter admitted to so-called most reputed girls' school of Lucknow. I studied in Pathshala in my village and also studied in the most premium institute, residential school of the country, in Birla School. I realized that I am missing something. My child is not getting what she should supposed to get. I am an athlete. I am a sports person. I played almost all the sports. I organized marathon in Lucknow. I was missing that my child is not getting the proper sports which she should have played, or the academics. My child was studying what most of the schools were providing at that time, the traditional way of teaching, the rote learning method. So I decided to conduct a survey. I should visit several schools. I visited many schools in Lucknow. Then I came to Delhi, visited many schools in Delhi and NCR region. And also I visited this campus. I was very impressed with this campus, that how could someone invest this kind of money in a school. The promoter of the school will never earn out of this kind of setup. I was very impressed with the passion of Mr. Goenka. Then I visited Vasant Kuch. Finally I decided that I will go with the GD Goenka group. I signed an agreement in year 2010 in the month of April. I formed the trust by 20th of April. While I was visiting, I got to know that most of the schools that are built, it takes around 2 years to construct a school. When I realized this, it takes 2 years, so I also signed an agreement that with GD Goenka that I complete my construction in 2 years. I went back to Lucknow, so that was the new township, that was upcoming township, and there was no building at that time in that township. I signed again an agreement with them that I build this house, this school in next 2 years. And while I was signing an agreement with GD Goenka, I also have a belief that all those people who keep their family name in their brand, so they are very generous and they will never compromise on the quality, because they are somewhere emotionally attached to their brand. So this was my belief, and I decided that that I will go with GD Goenka. In the meanwhile, when I was talking to someone, he said that, why can't you do it in 1 year? I said, yes, I can do it in 1 year. And it was a great risk, because if I skip that admission session next year, I will incur a lot of losses, because most of the money was borrowed money. Anyways, then I decided, my CEO also warned me that take a call again because you may incur losses. I said, no, we'll do it. I'll save my 1 year of my youth in this. Finally, we went ahead. By 15th of May, that is after 1 month, I started constructing the school building. Engaged an architect. Before the start of construction work, quickly I did a quick survey. I studied all the building designs of the school, reputed schools. I met with the school promoters and found out the challenges that they may have gone through. After understanding everything, I prepared myself and started the construction. My biggest mistake at that time was that I started constructing the building without approval from any of the development authority in Lucknow, and just started the construction, and my architect finished the drawings after I completed my building construction. So it took me 8 months time only to construct that building. As soon as I started the construction, many farmers like Bharti Kisan Union and so many, so they were after my life. They wanted to extort money, which I did not give them, and they filed several FIRs against me that I am a land mafia and I am grabbing their lands. So it took me another 3 months to subside that challenge, and I did not have money. It was all borrowed money. I applied to bank, and it took me another 6 months to convince them that I need money, please give me. Without the sanctioned map from the development authority, finally I convinced them, and they agreed that we'll give you half of the money and rest of the funds will release after you get the approved map. To my surprise, when almost the building was ready, I got to know that that whole township falls in the firing range of army, and you cannot have building. You can only get your cows and buffaloes just to reach there, and the farmers they can do some agriculture work, farming, etc. So at that time, my father, because I went against my father, against his wishes, ultimately I took his approval to get into education. Then he said that, Sarvesh, you have brought me from earth to first. You have brought me from sky to floor. You have invested so much of money, and you are yet to pay so much to the creditors, the suppliers. And I have a very good goodwill in the city, so nobody stopped supplying me the material, and finally I completed my school building work without any map approval, without any half of the money that I received from loan, without any NOC. And for CBSE affiliation, you need NOCs from the state government. So that was the challenge. I got NOC, my map approved after 1 year. After 2 years, I got NOC from the state government. Then we approached CBSE. So that was a challenge. And after completing my construction, I got electricity connection after 1 year. So I had to run my school on gensets. That was another expense. Since we have to launch our school, we published ads in the newspaper, and I was very excited that there will be gate crash. People will come in for admission. I ordered extra chairs to the tent house, and we were ready for that big day after so much of struggle. But to my surprise, there was hardly anyone who came for admission form. And it was remotely located from the city, and there was not a good approach roads at that time, because we were the first building in the whole township. Anyways, people came just to congratulate me, but nobody purchased admission form. After 3 days of my soft launch, there was an income tax surge on me. They were amazed that how could this boy do so much. in such a short span, they did not know what challenges I was facing and how was I arranging the funds. So that was some misinformation, some whatever information that they gathered was not right. So there was an income tax search, and this was followed by the rumors that this school is never going to open now. Somehow we started our school with 50 students and closed the number of students by the year end to 101. So you can understand running a school with such low numbers, so you earn less, you get less revenue and spend more. But somehow I was managing, and the challenges never stopped. I was very particular about quality, whether it is the uniform, it is the uniform ancillary staff, it is whether it is about the hoardings, everything. I never diluted the standards, rather I raised my bar standards, quality of education. Challenges never stopped for me. In first 3 years, for whatever reasons, there were 3 new principals in first 3 years. That was another challenge. Now people will understand that management is not good, that is why the principals are leaving. So again, I have to face, I don't come from, I consider myself that I am not educated enough, but somehow we managed, we never compromised on quality. In due course, then the COVID also was there. We were appreciated for whatever we were doing, and I can proudly say that if 100 changes have come in Lucknow, not less than 95 changes were given by us. I was ready to experiment on whatever the best practices. I went abroad, I visited several schools in the country and abroad. So whatever best practices were there, I implemented those. We were ready to use the technology. Now you see everywhere at tech companies, now there is a problem of choice. Still, we continue to take demonstrations. Our team take a call, then we decide. And once we decide, we fail or succeed. Once we succeed, then everybody follows us. But we are always ready to fail. We experiment and implement new things. And at core, for us, it is the student first, then the staff welfare. So, and then our name and fame. So this is the sequence that we keep in our strategy. Coming to the COVID time, we all of us faced, and we were well prepared. We were the first school in UP to declare holidays. We knew when to declare holiday. We knew, even the commissioner asked me, how was you so confident that you declared holiday before government did? What made you think that, how are you going to conduct your examination? How are you going to distribute your report cards? But we were well prepared, so they were amazed on our information. And during the COVID also, in my whole business group, we did not lay off anyone. We did not cut salaries. We paid full salaries to each and everyone. We took special permission from the government to open our office in the month of May immediately after the closure, and we transferred all the money who had left with us, who were the creditors. We did not want anybody to feel insecure, and whatever we could do during the COVID, we were standing with the administration during that time. And again, I would say that we were innovative all the times. We were thinking out of the box. Money or the funds profit, we treated as our byproduct, not our main goal. We were always thinking about the inclusive growth, where we could involve the society and everybody around us. We want everybody to be happy, and charity begins from home. So we always thought of our people first and whatever best we could do. Going forward, the creativity was always my driving force, not the money that drives me. Again, we have taken another challenge. So I am a teetotaler, I am a marathoner, I sleep at around 10 o'clock. I am not a party person, I am not a foodie at all. I have not done any hotel management, and yet I have opened the largest 5-star hotel in Lucknow. And a very uniquely designed 5-star hotels. I think around not less than 300, 400 architects have already visited our place just to see what we have designed. Again, I engaged an architect who had never designed any hotel building before that. So that was another challenge. Having so much, so many constraints, but yet we could create something which gives me satisfaction. I lived my dream, and I am yet to prove that how it runs well. So this is all I have to share. I was very fortunate that I have met so many people, learned so much, and whatever the challenges, because my formal training was also not done because I have not lived even for a year with my father. Usually when you come from a business family, so it is expected that you have been trained by your elders, your seniors in the family. But somehow I was again fortunate that he never trained me, so I developed my own style of working. Thank you so much for listening to me, and thank you, Mr. Goenka Lucknow, for giving me this platform to share my story. Thanks a lot. Thank you.